you by FDOT. Drive sober or get pulled over. Final game in the desert for the Rays as they face their expansion twins from 25 years ago, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Back inside the Bally Sports studio, obviously a big holiday weekend is approaching, and with more on that, let's go to Bally Sports' Jeremy Taché with a special guest.
Baseball fans, it's that time of the year again as we're coming up on the 4th of July, Independence Day, here in the United States of America, but that also means it's a time for us to discuss impaired driving. First and foremost, how would you know that out on the 4th of July, had a couple of drinks, that you are impaired? What are some of the signs that someone can know they are impaired and shouldn't step behind the wheel of a car?
Well, being under the influence of alcohol and drugs slows your reaction time. It weakens your concentration. It affects your judgment. Driving while impaired has been linked to reckless driving and car crashes. That's why it's so important to plan ahead. By planning ahead, you can make good choices and avoid putting yourself in danger or other lives in danger as well.
And in what ways specifically does driving impaired impact our community as someone who is part of the Florida Highway Patrol?
Anytime that we have an impaired driver on the roadway, it endangers every single life around that person. And think about it, all of our families are using the same roads. There are soccer moms, there are families going on vacation, there are our parents potentially going to work.
So if we're someone who is out on the road and we see someone who we think may be impaired, what are some of those signs, and what should someone do if they see someone driving impaired?
So should you see someone driving reckless or impaired, certainly call 911. Call Star FHP. That comes right to our communication center, and we can get that information out immediately to our troopers on the road. So should you see someone driving aggressively, making improper lane changes, weaving in their lane or outside their lane, driving recklessly, all of these things suggest that possibly that driver is impaired or that driver is doing an intentional act such as reckless driving.
What would your greatest advice be to folks who are planning to go out over this holiday weekend?
Our greatest advice is to make good choices ahead of time. We want everyone to certainly enjoy the July 4th holiday weekend, and we want you to enjoy your families and have a good time. But if you know you're going to consume alcohol, use a ride share service, a designated driver. It may save your life or someone else's, and it's much cheaper than a DUI arrest. The consequences of a DUI conviction will remain on your driving record for 75 years. Never drive impaired.
A great message to